Welcome to Introduction to Tumble Books. I am logged in to the ERS Library Education portal. As you can see on your screen, you'll scroll down to the ebooks and audiobooks section, and there you will find Tumble Book Library. This resource is available not only to you, but also is available in the Kids portal. Go ahead and click on Tumble Book Library so you can see that I am logged in the upper right-hand corner is the Tulare County Office of Education logo, letting me know that I am logged in. This is the Tumble Book Library dashboard. There is a menu on top: Home, Index, Favorites, Common Core, How to Tumble, a Help section, Contacting, as well as their ongoing newsletter. Below that, you will find some categories of materials you will find on Tumble Book Library, including storybooks, read-alongs, ebooks, STEM-based books, graphic novels, nonfiction books, videos, language learning materials, playlists, and puzzles and games. Below that, you will see a scrolling highlight from Tumble Book Library of materials that are in their collection, as well as some categories of books. Summer reading fun. Check out their new and improved read-along player, new books, Mandarin books, Indigenous reads, award-winning books, new ebooks, graphic novels, and so forth, including new Spanish storybooks. I'm going to go ahead and scroll up to the top here, and I'll start with clicking on Storybooks. This will move the interface over to highlight their storybooks. There, again, are categories in here that you can take a look at, and also there is a View All Titles button. Clicking on that will give you a scrollable list that you can go through to look at all of the books in their collection. You can sort it by cover or detail, by title, reading level, author, and newest in the collection. I'm going to go ahead and go from here to read-alongs. These are read-along materials, again, categorized for you, as well as view all titles. In addition to audiobooks, there are ebooks in the Tumble Book Library collection. If I click on that, these are the ebooks in their collection, categorized, and you can click on View All Titles. Now, if I go ahead and click on one, let's say Thunder Creek Ranch here, you'll see there's a description of it, the author and the illustrator. These are clickable links to take you to additional materials that include either, as well as the accelerated Reader 3.8 reading level. And if you click on that, you can find additional books in the exact same reading level as well. In order to read an ebook online, simply click on Read Online. This is going to open up a new screen. And I will stop sharing for a moment. So you can see what that screen looks like. So this is the new screen that pops up. First time you go in, of course, it's going to remind you how to use Tumble Reader. I'm going to X this out. Here is the book itself. I'm going to go from the title to chapters and go over to chapter 1. And as you can see, this is indeed an ebook. And if you click on the right-hand side of the screen, you can click through the book. All right, I am going to go ahead and move us back to the previous screen. So one moment. And we're back to the previous screen here. After ebooks is STEM. You click on this. These are science, technology, and math. As you can see, there are playlists as well as view all titles. Again, these can be clicked on to open up. There are also graphic novels in the collection. So clicking to read those online will give you a graphic novel that you click through just like you would click through an ebook. There are also books under the category of nonfiction, categorized as well as view all titles. There are videos in support of the materials in here as well. You can view all titles to see all the videos that are available to you and your students. Language learning, if you are learning French or Spanish, Hebrew, a variety of other languages, you can go through here as well, viewing all titles. You'll find that there are a number of different titles in many different languages available to you and your students. And playlists. As you can see, many of these playlists were highlighted depending on the category of books you were looking at, as well as puzzles and games. All right, I'm going to go back to home here for a moment. You also have Common Core. So if you were trying to look for materials based upon a Common Core standard, I'll go into kindergarten here, and I'm just going to go ahead and pick K.RL3. Okay. This will show you titles related to that particular Common Core standard. Simply click on a title, and then you can open up the book to read it or have your student read it. I'm going to go back to home, and this time I'm going to choose storybooks. And I'll go ahead and choose to view all titles. And I'll go ahead and choose the first one here, How to Be Human, read online. And I'll stop sharing for a moment so that I can share with you that screen that popped up. Now, Tumble Books, I want you to think of Tumble Books in terms of like the old LeVar Burton Reading Rainbow series, where you had books that were read aloud, and what was being read was highlighted as the book was being shown. And there was a little bit of movement and sound related to the story as well, to kind of semi-animate the book to make it interesting. Tumble Books works off of the same way. I'm going to go ahead and click play.
How to Be a Human, A Bear's Guide.
It will
By
read the
Sophia
title out
Colinas.
loud.
Illustrated by Aparna
Is
Vara.
some motion involved with it.
Once there was a bear.
And it
He
moves
lived
on.
in the forest.
As it goes through the
And
book,
did all the
words are
regular bear
highlighted as
things.
they're read. There is a
He
pause button on the
scratched.
right-hand side that allows you to pause at any time. You can turn it off from auto to manual if you'd like over here on the left-hand side in order to move from page to page as you please. Auto will just move through the pages automatically. You can turn off the sound if you want as well. And there is a 1 to 1.5. And
He fished.
that does
He slept.
is it increases
Lately,
the
however, it
speed
was
at
becoming
which
more
the
and more
book is being
difficult to
read
be a
through.
bear. There were fewer trees for scratching.
So I'll go ahead and take that back down to 1. You can even lower it further to 0.75.
Fewer fish for catching.
And the book will be read
you
even
could
slower.
forget about sleeping. Luckily, this bear was a sensible bear, and there was
I'll return
only
it to
one
1.
sensible thing to do. Learn how to be a human.
So what's the compatibility of books like this? Well, the ebooks and the books that are read out loud, the storybooks, can be viewed and listened to on a computer screen, on a Chromebook, on a cell phone, even on a smart TV if it has a browser and they log into the kids portal and access Tumble Book Library from there. So I'm going to go ahead and stop share on this screen and go back to share to the previous screen. All right. There's also up on top an index which allows you to go through alphabetically all of the books in the series. If you want to do a tumble search for anything in the here, rather than scrolling through endlessly looking at the titles, if you're looking for something in particular, there is a tumble search on the upper right-hand corner. If you click on that, you can search by title, author, keywords, and there are a number of keywords in here. Of course, you can also just type in a keyword. You can search by language. You'll see that you've got all the way from Arabic to Ukrainian, and of course, the Spanish language. So if I click on Spanish and then hit go, these are all of the Spanish language titles in here. So 50 grados bajo cero. That opens up in a new screen. I will stop share and again, jump back over to this particular title and hit play.
En medio de la noche, Jason dormía tranquilamente.
So you can see the book operates the same way. It highlights the words as it goes through it. You'll find a number of dual language books in here, and that they have the same title in multiple languages. So a student who is learning English can read the book in their native language and then also read the book in English, which would help bridging that gap between understanding what word meant what and what's going on the screen or in the story. Right, so I'll go ahead and stop share on that. And once again, go back to share and back to our Tumble Books library. Going back to home and one more time over to Tumble Search. Beyond language, you can choose how long a book you're interested in listening to. You can also search by story, read along, STEM, all of the categories above this way as well. You can search by Lexiles as well as search by accelerated reader levels. So if you wanted a 4 to 4.9, hit go. It's only going to give you those materials. So that's Tumble Books in a nutshell. I hope that you enjoyed this short tutorial, and I hope that you spend the time sharing this resource with your students and that you take a look at it yourself. Thanks.